What is that overall vision you have for your life? What is the goal? There's nothing like having a vision. There was no Tesla before the vision was there. There was no Microsoft before the vision was there. There was no, Chick-fil-A before, that vision was there. So Walt Disney oh my God, that man had a crazy vision of the future, and he didn't waste any time trying to create that thing. So, man, what is the vision that you have for your life, where you can look back over your life and say, man, I invested this time into my purpose and into people, and it made the world that much better. Welcome, family. You know I love you. You know I love you. You know I love you. Welcome to the family of Bacon Bits Podcast, where we desire for you to take the bits of information and immediately, don't overthink it, immediately apply it to your life for success. We want you to be successful now and in the future. The ground rules for our podcast is that it will always be encouraging, uplifting, and informative. The areas of life that we are talking about on the Bacon Bits Podcast is dealing with having a balanced life. And I need to hear y'all say it. Say valuable information applied equals success. And what we're going to be talking about in this episode is time. Something that God has given all of us as a common gift is time. Something that you can't take back. Something that you can't hold on to and deposit it, but you can invest it. And that's the beauty of life, is enjoying the time that you have right now and investing it for your future. We take the time that we have to hopefully make more money in our future. We take the time that we have now to invest in our relationships to make them better. We take the time that we have to preserve the life that God is wanting to give us, to live all of our time out instead of cutting it short by not eating right and doing drugs and alcohol and all of that stuff. We want to live our finest life. We don't want to just be existing. I want to live a quality of life by using the time that I have been given. So take advantage of the time that God has given you, which is what he's given you as the best gift he could possibly give you, is time. And he gave you, obviously salvation and eternal life with him. If we take the time to invest in him now and receive him as our gift, man, you'll have eternal life from this point forward. But what you are and what you become is based on the time of what you use. How are you using your time? Time is such a valuable commodity. Man, as we're talking on this episode right now, time is depleting. Time is appreciating because we're doing it and using it for a better purpose. But man, time is still going to go by. You're giving 86,400 minutes, if I'm correct. Seconds in every day. What are you doing with that time? What are you doing with it? Are you spending it with loved ones and embellishing and enjoying and enhancing that wonderful relationship? Man, what are you using your time for? We can't talk about it enough. I don't want us to fly over it, because if we're not careful, man, I'm telling you, as a 56-year-old man, you can look back over your life and, man, think about some years that you lived and you can't remember anything exciting happening from those years. That's how you know you need to slow down and really be in the moment. That's how you know you need to really slow down and be in the moment, is to say, you know what, I want to take this moment right here and enjoy it. I want to take this time right now and invest it in pouring out, the little bit of wisdom and knowledge that I do have, and sharing that with other people so their lives can be blessed, and I'm being blessed by being a blessing. So take the time that you have, man, and really utilize it to the best of your ability. You and you alone can control how you use your time. You can. Everything is not going to happen in the time frame that you want it to happen. But guess what? I have control of how I use my time. It's a new year. It's time to, redefine my priorities of what's important. And that's at any time. You don't have to wait till a new year starts for that to start happening. How have you defined your priorities in life? What is the most important things to you? Those shouldn't be the things that you write down every day you got a list of 4 or 5 things you would like to accomplish, what's the order of the priority of that time that's going to be spent doing those tasks that we want to do? I know, like, just say, for instance, for today, I know I have to sit down before this day is over and hash out the final results of the speaking engagement I'm going to be doing pretty soon with men. And we're going to be talking about generosity. And I just want this to be an important time for men to be able to sit down and really understand, like, how can you be more generous with your life? How can you be generous with sharing the love of God with people intentionally? How can you take what you've been blessed to do with the wisdom that you have, the knowledge that you have, and share that and be generous with other people? I love working out. I love taking care of my body. How do I share that information with other people so they can live a more prosperous and healthy life? I love sharing that with other people. We obviously love talking about relationships on this podcast because 90% of your time on this planet is going to be with other people. I think we should be learning how to be generous with our time and the relationships that we do have, and sharing our resources, sharing our networking, partnerships, understanding that you're going to have relationships. How are we sharing ourselves with other people with that time that we do have? And then, time is money. Man, you can always get more money. You can't always get more time. So please take the time that you have, man, and really appreciate what you do have. Don't be in such a hurry that you miss out on some events. I talk about it with kids. Like, man, people be talking about, I can't wait till my kid can talk, and I can't wait till they eat, and they can wait till they walk. And I'll be like, man, I just want you, once you understand that beautiful life is coming into existence, start taking the time to speak to that child now. Don't wait till they physically get here out of the body. Like, start speaking, singing, telling stories, reading books. That time is precious. Don't let that time go by. Really appreciate that. What is the purpose of your life being here? Let's figure that out so we don't waste no more time. What is the purpose of you being here? What is the gift that you have that can't nobody else do what you do like you do it? And you're supposed to share yourself. You'll never be as excited in life. Never. As when you are sharing your gift that you was born and put on this earth to do with other people. That's one of the greatest ways you can use your time, is to share your purpose. And that purpose is to help other people become the best they can possibly be. And in the process of you helping other people become the best version of themselves, it makes you feel great also. So using your gifts, using your purpose, your talents, having worthwhile goals in the process of using your time. Some things are way more important than others, man. Way more important. So you want to make sure that you have goals that are worthwhile. When we lose a lot of time in our lives, it's because we don't have a goal in front of us. We lose a lot of time when we don't have that vision of the bigger picture of what we want to accomplish in our lives. What is the overall theme of your life? What is that gift that you have? I love talking about balance. Man. I just want you to have all of it. I don't want you to be pursuing money, and lose your relationships in the process, losing your loved ones in the process. I don't want you to be loving your family so much that you forget to prioritize having, your finances together. So in case you pass away, people are not, trying to hustle up to put some money together to bury you. You didn't leave behind a legacy. You didn't leave behind, that big word right there, legacy, for the next person to be able to stand on your shoulders and look at your life and say, you know what, they lived a great life, and I'm going to take bits and pieces of their lives and add that to my life so I can live my best life. What is that overall vision you have for your life? What is the goal? There's nothing like having a vision. There was no Tesla before the vision was there. There was no Microsoft before the vision was there. There was no, Chick-fil-A before, that vision was there. So Walt Disney oh my God, that man had a crazy vision of the future, and he didn't waste any time trying to create that thing. So, man, what is the vision that you have for your life, where you can look back over your life and say, man, I invested this time into my purpose and into people, and it made the world that much better. And that's what each of our lives is supposed to be, when we take our time and utilize it to the best of our abilities. taking time to bury our past. Oh, I don't want to do that. I don't want you just throwing time away. You're looking forward to this big event that's coming up, and you're just throwing away time that's available to be doing some other things with, because you're waiting for this big event. And, we've talked about it before, fam. The event that you're waiting on is never going to be as exciting as you think it's going to be. It's going to be good. Don't get me wrong. That's why we should shoot for that goal, that vision, that purpose. But man, if we're waiting in the process of wasting time to get to that thing that we're trying to accomplish, the big picture, you got to look at the little nuances of those little things is what help make that wonderful vision that much more exciting, that much more appreciative of when we get there. It's because we didn't waste any time in the process of getting there. And then when it's all said and done, life is measured by time. When you go to any graveyard, you'll see it one date, you'll see a dash, which was the time they were here, and then an ending time. And the question is, what did they do with the dash? What did they do with the time that they were here? How did they make other people's lives that much more better? How did they fulfill their purpose and their calling and their talents while they were here? I do not want you going to the grave and not fulfilling the purpose that you were designed by God to fulfill. Time is so precious, man. It's so precious. You can't get it back. It's only what you do with your time that's going to make life that much more fulfilling. So do me a favor, fam. Be in the present moment and understand what it is that you need to do in this moment to make life worth living. If we're just existing, oh my God, I don't want you wasting no time. I don't want you taking the wonderful life that you've been given and you go to the grave with the cookbook, with the movie script, with the poems you were supposed to write, with the songs you were supposed to sing, with the ideas, the advancements in life, with the cures to things that you were supposed to cure when it comes to illnesses, because you wasted your time. How many people have went to the grave with all those great ideas, those great things that they were supposed to do, because they thought they had a little bit more time? There's no guarantee, fam. I have a beautiful wallet that I love walking around with. There's no piece of paper in my wallet or any woman's purse that says they're going to live to see tomorrow, live to see next week, next month, next year. With the time you've been given, what kind of legacy did you leave behind? And you can leave behind your legacy starting today by the life that you live, by investing in the time that you were giving to be a blessing to you, to others, and fulfilling the purpose and calling that God has on your life. Family, I love you. I really want you to think about, what am I doing with my time? This is your boy John Bacon with another segment of Bacon Bits. Love you guys. It's not about the length of time that you have. It's about what you've done with the time you've been given. God bless. All right. What's up, family? It's your boy John Bacon from the Bacon Bits podcast. Thank you so much for your support, likes, and ratings. Please don't just listen, but rate me, follow me, and subscribe. This is an amazing way to offer free support. My beautiful queen and I have some books that we have written for your growth.
So the first book we have is a workbook, actually. It's called Healthy Relationships, and this is a workbook through the lens of faith, because what makes a relationship healthy or unhealthy? So this workbook is designed, it's a 12-week, it's a biblically grounded course, and every week has a few different principles. So some of our principles, some of our topics that we're covering are respect, cultivating security. And this is not just between a husband and wife. This is between parents, between siblings, between friends, between your bosses, employers. So it's really important, and everyone deserves a healthy relationship.
And also we have The Balanced Life by John Bacon. It covers how to be prosperous in your finances, relationships, your health, your mind, and your spirit. So you can pick that up on Amazon, also on audiobook. And we also have
The Unraveling, a creative healing journal, pinings, poems, prayers, and ponderings of my precarious life. I've had a testimony of I've had 2 brain tumors and 2 brain surgeries, and I'm super grateful, but I'm still grieving the process of healing. And this is part of the process. In this book, you have devotionals, you have prayers, and you have some ponderings And in between these pages, there's a space for you to also be prompted to paint and to create your own, or maybe you want to write something in these books. This is part of your creative healing journal that we get to walk through together.
And you guys can just head over to Kingdom Servants First. Kingdom Servants, the number 1, st.com. And you can purchase all 3 of these books. Thank you for your support, your love, and your contributions. God bless.